Expression that says you all may have got here in different shifts, but you're all in the same boat now. So transfers, high school guys, fraternity guys, you guys got to get ready to go play a football game. How ready are you to go do that?
I think we're ready. We definitely need to condition more. Yeah. There's not much we can put to it. You're never done preparing, so.
What's that transition been like this week from just fall camp, getting installing the offense, getting everyone used to playing with each other, to specifically preparing for your first game?
It's nice to finally be getting into that game prep, not just be going against the defense. I'm looking forward to finally going against somebody that's not a teammate. That's always the hardest part. Is you never want to hurt teammates, obviously, but you got to prepare yourself for the game. You got to go 100%. So it's nice to finally start seeing an opponent.
Who's kind of stood out to you on that defensive line last few weeks?
I would say they're all pretty good. So it's really hard to narrow it down. KJ, he's pretty good. He's got a good bull rush. ET's got a good bull rush. He got me out one they kind of teach you to hop back on it. For a second, I got to hop back, and I'm like, I'm in the air right now. But we got a lot of strong guys, so I feel confident in our D-line.
What about the game day atmosphere at Mississippi State? You played a lot of college football, but nowhere quite like this. What have you heard about it? What are you looking forward to?
I'm just looking forward to having a home crowd that's going to be the way it is. I've heard about the Cowbells. Fans are crazy. I'm coming from G5. These are the games that really go. They're going to lock in. The crowd's going to play a factor in the game. And it's just nice that this is our home, and now we have an advantage with it. So it'll be nice. It'll definitely be a lot different. We average probably 6,000-7,000 at Arkansas State. The numbers are going to say different, but we wouldn't even fill up our home side. So, which obviously, I feel bad for those guys. That was a good program, and with Arkansas, there's a lot of fans in that town that the minute you lose a game, they're rooting for the Hogs. So that's kind of how it goes from G5.
Obviously, you guys all know that Mr. Kentucky's going to be coming wanting to play hard and wanting to win the game.
Yeah.
But with sort of that perspective that you have of playing in the G5 and at that level, are you able to sort of say things to the guys just about staying focused?
It's funny that you bring that up, because I just was talking to the whole line about that, and I was saying, when I was at Arkansas State, UNT, these games would come up, and I'm like, this is a game that I got to show up. I know, playing in a lower level conference, the scouts are going to see how does he play against this competition. So I think the worst thing we could do is underestimate them, say, they're an FCS team. That's how you get in situations like Kentucky did last year. So, yeah.
Came in as a coach, Levy brought you in, and I know all you've done is prepare so far, but how much are you looking for playing a game, and how has he been in preparation?
He's been awesome. He's really doing a good job at being smart and efficient with our practice. I've been at places where it's kind of a old school mentality. We're going to be tough, beat you into the ground. Game comes around, people are sore, people are tired, and there's an aspect of, you got to get that in. You can't just drift through practice, but also sometimes doing more isn't always the answer. You got to keep guys healthy, and they got to be ready for the game.
Speaking about being aggressive, who on the scout team lined up against you that you're taking out your aggression zone?
Really all of them. I would say, I'm trying to think. This is the thing. There's so many. You're seeing so many faces. They're rotating. I'm tired, so half the time I'm not even paying attention. I'm just trying to go 100%.
But they're giving you good looks you need.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I definitely think that's an underappreciated thing is scout team. And that's the one thing that I noticed when I was at UNT. We had really good nose guards, and I was practicing against them every week. And when you're playing, you're tired. You kind of want a guy that's not as good as you, so you just kind of go through practice. But in reality, you're hurting yourself. You need somebody who's gonna work it the whole time, and you're giving that effort for the entirety of practice. So
Some of the other guys on the line were talking about how you've sort of been a leader in some of the group activities, whether it's Bible study or meetings and stuff like that.
yeah.
How's that been for you, getting to be with this group and sort of establishing yourself in that leadership role?
I'm not a very vocal person. I don't know if you guys can tell when I do these, but I'm really limited in how much I talk, so I try to make my words count. And like the Bible study, that was one of those things that was really important to me. A lot of times, you get in these situations, you're playing college ball. Everyone wants to go to the NFL, and for what I believe, as a Christian, I don't believe in prioritizing that. Yes, it's important to me, but I have a bigger purpose in my life, and I just think that this is what God's will is for me to do, so I'm going to do it to the best of my ability. But I think it's just important to realize, because you never know when the game's going to be done. You go blow your knee out, your career's done, and you just make your whole life football. Well, it's not going to be good for you after that. You're going to fall into depression and stuff like that. So that's the main thing that I've tried to talk with the guys about, and not to just undermine the sport by any means, but just so they understand there's a lot to life, and football will kind of guide you through that, and it's going to help you in your life.
We just got through talking when I watched it. What kind of leader has he been? I know he's on defense, but just talk about you coming in. How much do guys like him?
I know the guys love him. Obviously, he's a secondary defensive player, so I'm, for the most part, never making contact with him. But I know he's been a really great leader. He's a part of our leadership council. I know the guys respect him a ton. So I definitely think he's doing a good job filling that role. So.